Hi everyone, this is IntuitiveEdge. Welcome once again to my channel. Thanks for joining me. It's time to take a look at our month ahead to see what is in store for May. So I'm going to shuffle up the cards and we'll be right back and get started. So I wrote out my spread here, and the first question out is our main focus. What's going to be the focus? What's going to be in the news or permeating the culture? And we have the Justice card coming out. Now, justice, that's very interesting. So we may see things related to the law, courts, anything related to things coming into balance. That's what the justice card brings. It brings balance, putting things right. Can literally involve courts, as I mentioned, but it may just simply mean putting things into balance, bringing out the exposure of things that have not been right and bringing it out in the open so that it can come into balance. So look for that energy that will be in the news prominently in May. Okay, next up, this is things not seen, hidden influences. Now, we have the King of Pentacles coming out on this. This is a card of a shrewd businessman. Sometimes it can bring out the negative side, which could be corruption. But generally speaking, it's somebody who's good in business, but very shrewd and very wise. Now, it's interesting because it's sitting right next to the Justice card. And I'm wondering if the hidden influence is going to be shrewd business. A shrewd businessman coming in to bring about, perhaps, some of the justice that we're seeing. Maybe balancing things that have not been just or not been balanced. And there could be that aspect, perhaps the business, a shrewd business guy. But also, if it isn't shrewd business guy, if it's the more negative aspect of the card, it could mean somebody who is corrupt or some type of business corruption, and the Justice card sitting right next to it. Either way, there's going to be exposure in, I believe, business dealings that will come to fruition, be exposed, and there will be some process of altering things that are on a trajectory of being hidden and staying hidden. This is things coming out into the open and being exposed and coming back to where they should be, which is balance. The universe is always looking for equilibrium. We can use political dichotomies if we like, but if something swings far to the left, the universe is wanting to bring it back into balance. Or far, far to the right, the universe is seeking balance. Balance in all things. So we're going to be seeing some shifting of the poles, perhaps, in a figurative way in the month of May. All right, next up is what is coming into view. Well, interesting. This is a card of being in denial. Not wanting to look at something. Wanting to keep your eyes closed and your heart closed off. And that's coming into view. So it's interesting because if you're in denial, that's your eyes are closed, and yet that's what's coming into view. It's exposing people's blind spots, exposing things that people don't want to look at, maybe kind of nudging them. Maybe the universe is going to step in and kind of nudge people, go, hey, you got to look at this. You can't hide from this anymore. You need to look at it. All right, and so next up is what is fading away from view. So if what's coming into view is our blind spots, what's fading away? Well, interesting for May, we have the Devil card. The Devil card, the card of bondage, the card of deception, that's fading away in May. Well, hallelujah for that. Sounds like a good month to me. So that energy of corruption and bondage is fading. And all the while, this Two of Swords having to open up and look at the blind spots. Maybe there's some uncomfortable truths coming out in May. That's maybe society's going to be forced to actually acknowledge some uncomfortable truths. And maybe that Devil card is coming out to be looked at and exposed. Next, we have the Judgment card. This is on the question of what is new. What is new? We have the Judgment card. I like to think of the Judgment card as your final appeal. It's like, we've got to get this right. This is our last chance. Say you're looking at into the future, and it's like, do I want to go down this path or this path? I need to make a choice, and I need to make the right choice. That's kind of like a self-reckoning, a coming to Jesus moment, a coming to a self-reckoning. It's a powerful influence, that Judgment card, on what is new. This is interesting shifting happening. We're having to look at something that might be uncomfortable. We've got the Devil being exposed, and also what's fading away. And then we've got the Judgment, having to really self-assess. This is a powerful month coming up. So I think we're going to have to be ready to see where things are heading, to let things go, to know where things are going. And this isn't just a skating by, same old month. So we're going to see some powerful changes in May. Next coming up is any names in the news. Things coming up. Well, there's some new things on that. So we're probably going to see some big news with regard to big names in the news. Maybe corrupt politicians are being exposed. Maybe big name people are stepping up and stepping into new roles in a positive way. I think we're going to see big names in a big way in May. So, all right, next is the outcome for May. Now we have the King of Swords on this. What a powerful card to end this powerful month of May. The King of Swords, a card of decisive action, decisive will, strength of mind and character, and good business sense too with that King of Swords. He's got a keen mind. And with all of these other cards, the King of Pentacles, the shifting of the consciousness to root out things that are underhanded or corrupt, and those things being exposed, and this keen mind, May is going to be chock full of interesting happenings. Plus we have the Justice card, was the first card out on our main focus. This is literal justice coming in, or simply the collective, humanity, bringing things back into balance, the universe righting itself. Now, I wanted to throw in one little bonus question, and it's just out of my own curiosity, because there was a prediction made, if some of you were aware or happened to follow the Guardians of the Looking Glass. Now, I'm not saying whether they are right or wrong, good or bad. It's just something that came out that I thought was interesting. And if some of you followed those interviews on the Inspired channel and others, and saw the video that talked about things that were coming to shift humanity on this dark timeline, that we had to hold this intention to keep our trajectory going to the good timeline. All of that. There's a prediction coming for May, and so I thought I would throw a question in here. And the prediction was regarding a certain person named Dr. Wu. who's predicted that there are elements that are wanting to stop him and silence him, and that he needed to stay alive and fulfill his divine life's purpose because it was important for the furthering of humanity and keeping humanity from heading into a really dark place. That's their take on it. That's their view. So I asked the question to the tarot on the last question here. My question was, it was two cards, two parts. Dr. Wu, will he be protected and his life be spared? So on the question of will he be protected, we have a major arcana, the star, coming out. Well, this is hugely positive. It's a card of hope, but a card of grace. It's a beautiful card to come out on that, and a major arcana. And the second card, will his life be spared? Because that was the big thing, is this man, according to the guardians of the looking glass, that he needed to be spared and protected. So will his life be spared? I have the Sun card on that. That's hugely positive. Now, I don't think that means that we stop praying for him. I think this is a clarion call for everyone out there to hold the high watch and the vision that his life is spared and protected. It's important for humanity, according to the guardians. Again, I have no reason one way or the other, but it was important enough to them to bring up. And if the tarot came out with two major arcanas on it, I think it's pretty important to the universe as well. So I was happy to see those happy cards. So we're just going to affirm that he is divinely protected and that his divine life purpose is being fulfilled in the earth. And you can hold that vision for yourself as well, that your divine life purpose is being guarded and protected, and that you are safe in this world, and that you are here for a purpose and a reason. And perhaps this month you are stepping more boldly into your calling. All right, everybody, have a wonderful May. We'll catch you in the next video. Please leave a like if you like my videos, and I will catch you next time. Bye for now.